much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. So welcome back, Emma and Mel. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final, and this is your last chance. Remind us what happened.
Well, we got through to the head-to-head, and sadly we struggled with black seas and yellow songs. So, no more colours, please. That'd be great.
No more colours. No, yellow songs. You were very good on yellow songs.
Not good enough, though, were we?
Well, you were right.
Yes, that's true. We were right.
Yes, black sea was slightly more elusive, wasn't it?
Was the problem.
What would you like to see come up this afternoon?
I don't know. I think we'd like to see a bit of science.
Bit of science.
Yeah.
What particular bit of science?
Anything, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, any of the disciplines?
Not astrophysics, maybe, but, you know, kind of general science.
Uh-oh.
That is a problem.
OK. Well, very, very best of luck. It's brilliant to have you back on the show. Best of luck. Now, James and Steve, welcome to you two. Now, where are you from?
We're from West Yorkshire, Zander.
From West Yorkshire. And how did you know each other?
Well, we're work colleagues. I work as an admin assistant for a building company. It's basically Richard's job, but less glamorous, I suppose.
Less glamorous?
Yes.
Blimey.
Yeah, but I don't get to work with Zander either, so that's a bit of a disadvantage.
Let me tell you now.
Yeah.
That ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's brilliant.
He's quite difficult. He's got a temper. Yeah.
And Steve is the catering manager of the canteen.
Oh, very good indeed. So what would you like to see come up this afternoon then, James?
Definitely James Bond films, I think.
Oh, really?
Anything to do with that.
Steve, what would you like to see come up this afternoon?
Geography. My dad's a retired geography teacher, so I've inherited that. Although you don't inherit the knowledge, just the love of it.
Well, very best of luck to the pair of you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. And next we welcome Leon and Sarah. Now, how do you two know each other?
Well, we've known each other 11 years and we've been married 9 years.
Ah, lovely. Where have you come from?
We've come from Loughton in Essex.
Loughton in Essex. What do you do, Leon?
I work for Transport for London and I'm an education officer.
Now, what's that? who do you educate?
Well, I work with all the London schools and I kind of promote sustainable transport, so encourage walking and cycling instead of the school run with a lot of 4x4s.
Very good indeed. How about you, Sarah?
I work for Essex County Council in the Essex Record Office and I'm a heritage education officer.
Very, very good. What are the big heritage sites in your bit of Essex?
Oh, there's lots. I mean, there's Colchester Castle.
It's like an advert. It's like an advert. It's like an advert for Essex, isn't it?
Isn't it? Well,
come to Essex. There's Colchester Castle.
Essex, I mean, such an ancient county, isn't it? Masses going on underground. Very good indeed. What would you like to see come up this afternoon, Sarah?
Hopefully some music questions, maybe some film as well.
What, any particular areas of music?
I particularly like Michael Bublé. I don't know whether I'd be good on any questions about him, but I certainly do like his music.
Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. Great to have you here. And finally, we welcome Jenny and Jeannie. Now, how do you two know each other?
We both live in the same village in Cambridgeshire.
Where's your village?
It's called Houghton. It's a twin village, Houghton and Witton, between Huntingdon and St Ives.
So twin villages?
Yes, they are. We meet in the middle. There's a common market square, little square, and that's where the two villages separate and join.
Any great rivalry?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Which end of the village are you from, Jeannie?
I'm from Houghton as well.
Oh, you're from Houghton, yeah. Off you. Jenny, what do you do?
I'm retired. I used to be working as an admin assistant in social services and retired, just over a year ago.
Oh, how nice. Very good.
Pleasant.
So settling into getting used to time on your hands. That's rather
wonderful.
Lovely. Very good. And how do you like to fill your time?
I play mahjong twice a week.
How long have you played that for?
Soon after I was married, I was introduced to the game of mahjong.
How amazing. I mean, it's so addictive, isn't it, evidently?
It is.
In Hong Kong, obviously, and around there,
Absolutely.
It's played the whole time, isn't it?
And in Witton, they play that game, throw the stick against the wall, don't they? That's their big game in Witton.
That's my favourite game as well. I love it. Very good. Well, best of luck to the pair of you. It's great to have you here. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. If you're looking for the needle of obscurity in the haystack of fact, he's your man. He's my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya. Hiya. afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
How are you? Well?
I am well, thank you, yes. How about you?
Yeah, so-so.
Really?
No, I'm lying. I'm very well.
Good.
I'm terrific.
Are you?
I'm terrific.
Good.
I am pumped about the show.
Yes, so am I.
It's going to be quite something. We've only got one returning pair. That's Emma and Mel, who did very, very well last time, got through the head-to-head. So I suspect may be tough to beat today for our others. An awful lot of people have asked for an awful lot of things. I have to say round one is something that nobody's asked for, but it's one of those big production numbers, big high-octane round one. It's going to be quite something. Anyone who's got seatbelts, put them on now.
I can't wait. Right, well, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers they didn't get. To stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Joe and Nick won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off £1,000. There it is. Right, let's play Pointless. In the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. OK, our first category is food. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many types of bread as they could. Richard, what about that?
Yeah, it's going to be quite something, I think. All the correct answers in this round are going to be types of bread. Could be leavened or unleavened. Everyone at home OK? Should we do this?
Come on.
Let's do it. Let's do types of bread.
Types of bread. Right, Emma and Mel, you all drew lots before the show, and this afternoon you get to go first. In this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. Your first set of 7 answers, your first bread board, reads like this. Barmbrack, melon pan, rye, ciabatta, Elswick, focaccia, sourdough. I'll read those one more time. Barmbrack, melon pan, rye, ciabatta, Elswick, focaccia, sourdough. Now, I can tell you at least one of those answers is pointless. At least one of those answers is incorrect. Pick an incorrect one, and you will score the maximum of 100 points. Now then, Emma. Bread.
I think I'm going to go for sourdough, which I believe is... Actually, no, I don't know what it is, but it's bread, I think.
Well, sourdough, says Emma. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said sourdough. It's right. Wow, 6. That's a cracking score. 6 for sourdough, Richard.
Yeah, well done, Emma. Good start to the show. Sourdough bread. It gets this distinctive taste from a mix of wild yeast and bacteria. Bacteria.
Now then, James.
I was going to go with sourdough, I must admit, so slightly annoyed there. I've known 3 of them are certainly breads. Not sure about the other 3. So I think I'll go with the most obscure of the ones I know, and that's rye.
Rye. OK, you're saying rye. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said rye. Perfectly respectable score there, James. 14 for rye.
Yeah, well played, James. Pumpernickel, probably the most famous example of a rye bread.
OK, now then, Leon. We're looking for types of bread.
Yes, I'm a bit disappointed white or brown isn't up there. And I could lie and say I was going to go with sourdough, but I had no idea what that was. So I'm going to guess, it'll have to be a guess, with Barmbrack.
Barmbrack. There it is, the top of the board. Barmbrack. What do you think, Sarah?
I went to college in Stockport, and the little rolls are called barm cakes.
Ah. With that kind of backing, how could you possibly fail? Let's see. Barmbrack, is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Very well done. Very well done. Seconding all the way down, it is! Look at that! Very well done. Splendid work, Leon. That's a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £1,250, and it scores you nothing.
That's
Brilliant.
good.
Barn bread, Richard.
Yeah, well done, Leon. It's an Irish bread, actually, that's sort of filled with fruit and candied peel. They use it at Halloween. Nothing to do with barm cakes, not connected.
Now then, Jeannie, we're looking for types of bread. You're the last person to have this board, so if you like, you can talk us through them and do your thinking out loud.
Well, I'd like to be able to talk through melon pan. I've never heard of it. Elswick doesn't sound like a bread to me. I know focaccia is a bread, but I don't know whether to take a gamble that melon pan might be. But I'm not, I'm a coward. Focaccia.
Focaccia, you're saying? OK, focaccia, let's see if it's right. Let's see how much it scores. Not bad at all. Very well done, Jeannie. That's a great score. 6 for focaccia. It's a very low score.
Yeah, it is a low score, isn't it? It's a flatbread, the focaccia, infused with olive oil. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Ciabatta, obviously, is a bread. That would have scored you 25. You were right to avoid Elswick. Elswick is the name of the road in the sitcom Bread. So it was an incorrect answer, but you probably should have said melon pan. Well done if you said it at home. Melon pan, it's a pointless answer. It's a Japanese bread where they have regular dough and they cover it in a layer of cookie dough and then cook it. Why are we not getting melon pan over here?
Well, why not?
That sounds amazing.
Very good. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Very, very impressive low scores all around. Leon and Sarah looking great on 0. Jeannie and Jenny, Emma and Mel hogging the middle of the scoreboard there with 6. And a little bit ahead of the field is James and Steve on 14. So yes, Steve, luckily you're in catering, so you should be completely at home here. So you can find a nice rare bread on the next pass, no pressure at all. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We are looking for types of bread, and we have got Tugrick, Marcook, Brioche, Dactyla, Farina, Soda, and Naan. I'll read those one more time. Tugrick, Marcook, Brioche, Dactyla, Farina, Soda, and Naan. And again, I can tell you there is at least one pointless answer on that board, and there is at least one incorrect answer. So try and avoid those incorrect ones if you can. Jenny, what do you think about that as a lineup?
I'm thinking. I will play safe. I will go for Naan.
OK, well, the high scorers are Steve and James on 14. You want to be scoring 7 or less, if you can, with Naan. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Here's your red line. Very low. But let's see if Naan can get you down there or thereabouts. Ooh. 42, that scores you. Taking your total up to 48. Well, I suppose curry being our national dish, can't be surprised that naan scores that high.
Yeah, it's
Richard.
absolutely right. The biggest score so far, isn't it? Everyone likes a naan bread. Cooked in a tandoor oven, of course, in naan bread. All sorts of different types.
Thank you very much, Richard. So then, Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah.
I'm sure about 2 of them, and all the others I'm very frightened of.
It's a very scary looking board, that,
is.
isn't it? It's like characters from Lord of the Rings.
I am not going to get a pointless answer on this. I'm fairly confident of that. So I think I'm going to go with soda bread.
There's your red line. If you can get below that red line with soda, Sarah, you are through to the next round. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said soda bread. You're through. Very well done, Sarah. That did exactly what it needed to do. 26 it scored you. Takes your total up to 26. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Sarah. Good team performance as well. Yeah, it's leavened using baking soda, hence the name.
So, Steve, remember we are looking for types of bread. Oh, yes. The high scorers are Jenny and Jeannie on 48. If you can score 33 or less, you are through to the next round.
I was dreading this, actually, as I cook for 70 hungry Yorkshiremen in a stoneworks. There isn't many breads that are needed beyond white and bread.
Yeah.
Brown bread is just not needed in my place.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm a bit the same. I knew 2 definitely. The other 4, I'd be taking a guess at 1. And I'm not sure, so again, I'm going to plump for brioche.
Brioche. There it is, 3 down, brioche. Here's your red line, below that red line, and brioche will have got you through to the next round, Steve. Let's see if brioche is right, and let's see if it'll get you low enough. It's right. Yep, you've done it. Very well done, 4. 4 for brioche takes your total to 18. Richard.
Yeah, brioche, very well done. They use eggs and butter in the dough to make a brioche, a soft roll.
Now oh, Mel, we've got to the exciting point where the only things left on that board, I'm not sure
them all.
if you should eat them or put them under the bonnet in your car.
Yeah. No, I really don't have a clue on any of them. And the 3 that I knew are the 3 that have gone. So it's time for a big guess. There's no thinking at all. And as I was thinking coming up, which one looked the nicest? Which one could I say? Let's Dak Tyler.
Dak Tyler.
Yeah.
There's your red line. What do you think, Emma? Dak Tyler?
It's either wrong or
All right.
pointless.
Yeah.
I've not got a clue.
Very, very best of luck. It's right. Very, very well done, Mel. I think this can only be going in one direction. Very well done. That's a pointless answer. It adds another £250 to today's jackpot. Takes the total up to £1,500. It scores you nothing, and it leaves your total in single figures. 6. Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Jenny and Jeannie. Dactyla, it's a Greek bread. It's cut in the shape of fingers, which is where it gets its name from. Let's take a look at everything on the board. Tugrick, what do you think?
I can't. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Given some of the options further down.
It's another type of bread. It's the currency of Mongolia, the Tugrick. Markook.
See, I think that probably is a bread.
You're very good, yeah. Flattened bread from Eastern Mediterranean. Pointless answer. Very well done if you said that. And farina, is that pointless or incorrect?
Well, farine is flour, so farina stands to reason. It should be a bread.
It's actually the name of the man who owned the bakery on Pudding Lane, where the Great Fire of London started. Farina.
Well, there you are. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score is Jenny and Jeannie. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I guess it was naan bread, you see, the highest score in the whole round. I mean, by a margin. You thought you were being safe there.
Yep.
And a little bit exotic. Yes, that's taught you a lesson there. You've been pulled up hard. And I'm afraid that means we have to say goodbye to you, but we will see you again next time, and we'll look forward to that very much indeed. Thank you very much for playing, Jenny and Jeannie. Great contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, there's only room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one of the teams is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. Try and make sure it's not you. OK, our category for round 2 this afternoon is fictional characters. Fictional characters. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our round 2 question concerns fictional robots and computers.
Yeah, you like?
Yes, I do like. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 fictional robots or super intelligent computers from TV, film and literature. We asked 100 people in which work did they first appear. If you give us a nice obscure answer, you're going to score fewer points. If you give us an incorrect answer, though, you're going to score 100 points. Where they've appeared across a whole series, just give us the first thing in that series. There's 12 fictional robots and computers for you to guess at home. Very best of luck, everybody.
OK, we are looking for the films, TV shows or literary works that feature these robots and computers. And we have got HAL 9000, Nunu, Optimus Prime, K9, Bender, Johnny 5. I'll read those again. HAL 9000, Nunu, Optimus Prime, K9, Bender, Johnny 5. So there they are, Mel. Is this a good category for you?
There's a couple on there that I think I know. I think I'm going to go Nunu, Teletubbies.
Nunu, says Mel, Teletubbies. Is that right? How many people said it? It is right, very well done. 19. Nothing wrong with that. 19 for Teletubbies.
Well done, Mel. Nuna is the shiny blue vacuum cleaner that clears up all the tubby mess. Their words, not mine.
James, we are looking for the films, TV shows, or fictional works that feature these robots and computers.
Yeah, well, I know all the top 4, I'm fairly sure. While Mel was saying her answer, I just remembered who Bender was, and I think I'm going to go with him. Yes, Bender, and in Futurama.
Futurama. Steve thinks that's exactly right. Let's see if it is. Bender, Futurama. Is it right? How many people knew it? Very well done, James. 21. Not bad. 21 for Futurama.
Yeah, well played. Bender, the hard-drinking robot from Matt Groening's Futurama.
And Leon, you're the last person to have this selection of robots and computers. You can fill in the gaps if you like.
Well, HAL 9000, for some reason, I was thinking along the lines of the black hole or something like that. Optimus Prime, I think, is too obvious, as it's around the Transformers films. I think Johnny 5 was from Short Circuit. So I'm going to attempt Johnny 5, Short Circuit.
Short Circuit. OK, Johnny 5, Short Circuit. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right. Very well done. The lowest score of the pass. Good work, Leon. That scores you 12.
Yeah, wow, Leon, you sure know your fictional robots from Short Circuit from the 80s. Let's fill in the rest of the board here. K9 obviously is Doctor Who, would have scored you a fairly hefty 55. Optimus Prime is the leader of the Autobots on the Transformers, would have scored you 35. And HAL 9000 is from 2001 A Space Odyssey and would have scored you 20 points.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Leon, brilliant answer from you there. Then up to 19 for Mel and Emma, then up to 21 for James and Steve. Again, Steve, you seem to be the high scorers, so you're going to have to find a nice obscure answer to make sure you're with us for the head-to-head. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more robots and computers on the board, and here they are. We have got Kit, Crichton, Tweaky, Marvin the Paranoid Android, Data, and Rosie the Maid. I'll read those one more time. Kit, Crichton, Tweaky, Marvin the Paranoid Android, Data, and Rosie the Maid. Remember, we are looking for the films, TV shows, or literary works that feature these robots and computers, and you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. Sarah.
I think I'm going to go with Data and Star Trek.
Data, you say, and Star Trek.
Yeah,
okay.
The Next Generation.
Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Below that red line, you are definitely in the head-to-head. It's right. (26). 26, that scores you, takes your total up to 38. Let's hope that's enough to get you through to the next round. Richard.
Well played, Sarah, absolutely, from Star Trek Next Generation. Brent Spiner, who played him, released an album of songs called Old Yellow Eyes is Back.
Very good. Now then, Steve. The high scorers on 38 are now Sarah and Leon. You're on 21. If you can score 16 or less, you're through to the next round.
Well, it's one of these, your mind starts playing tricks. I think I know 3 of them. And again, it's knowing which one is the least popular. And I think I'm going to have a go at Kit, is Knight Rider.
Kit, Knight Rider, you're saying? Here's your red line. If Knight Rider gets you below that red line, you are through to the head-to-head. Best of luck. Kit, says Steve, Knight Rider. It is right. Down it goes. Ooh, 34, that scores you, taking your total up to 55. Richard.
Yeah, KIT stands for Knight Industries 2000, driven by David Hasselhoff, of course.
Brilliant.
Whatever happened to him?
Yeah. Emma and Mel, you're on 19. The high scorers are now Steve and James on 55. Should you score 35 or less, you are in the head-to-head for a second time. What are you thinking, Emma? You can talk us through all of these computers and robots, if you like.
I know 2. Crichton is Red Dwarf, Marvin the Paranoid Android is the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Rosie the Maid rings a bell, but I can't think where from. never heard of Twickie. So I think I'm going to go for Crichton because it's shorter and therefore people might forget it easier. Crichton and Red Dwarf.
OK, we've arrived at Crichton and Red Dwarf. Here's your red line. It's quite low. OK, Crichton, Red Dwarf. Is it right? How many people said it? It is right. You've done it. Look at that, 28. Wow. 28, that scores you, taking your total up to 47. You are through to the head-to-head. Richard.
Yeah, well played, safely through. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers. Rosie the Maid is from the Jetsons. The American show would have scored 8 points. Very well done if you said that. Twickie is from Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Would have scored you 4. And Marvin the Paranoid Android is a pointless answer. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
How extraordinary. Yeah, that's gonna stop him being paranoid.
Yeah,
no one even knew about him. Well, thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is James and Steve. Bender and Kit. 2 perfectly reasonable answers there. Not terrible scores, but I'm afraid the combination of the pair of them just puts you ahead of the field a bit there. What are you going to take away from your pointless experience? What are the tactics you're going to bring back next time?
Wear a better shirt.
Listen, Steve, there's nothing wrong with your shirt.
Thank you.
It's a very smart shirt. Well, we will see you again next time, and I hope we'll see more of you then. But meantime, thanks very much for playing, Steve.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done. Emma and Mel, Leon and Sarah, you've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £1,500. Now, for each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer, but you are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many teams that Gary Lineker played for.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 5 professional club teams that Gary Lineker played for during his football career. See if you can get all 5 of those at home.
Thank you very much. Now, Emma and Mel, you have played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
Well, that was quick. I think I know one, so we're just going to have to go with that. Tottenham Hotspur.
Spurs, OK. Tottenham Hotspur, say Emma and Mel. Leon and Sarah. You can now do any other conferring you need to do out loud.
I thought he played in some Japanese team for a while after Tottenham.
He played for England.
Everton. England. Everton or Leeds.
I'm going to leave it to you because you're going to know better than I do. Do you want to go for Everton?
Yeah, try Everton.
Everton it is. OK, Leon and Sarah saying Everton. So you have Tottenham Hotspur and we have Everton. Is that a shot in the dark?
Yeah, very much.
OK, well, let's find out. Emma and Mel, Spurs, is that right? How many people said it? It's right. 56. 56. Tell you what, though, it's right. Which might be all it needs to be at this stage. Leon and Sarah, you have gone for Everton. Everton, is it right? How many people said it? It is right. And it wins you the question. Look at that, 28. Very, very well done. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you knew that, Leon.
No.
Splendid piece of pointless knowledge, and it wins you the point. After one question, Leon and Sarah are up 1-0. Richard.
I think you know more than you're letting on, Leon, to be honest. You knew about Tottenham, you did know Everton, you even knew he played for a Japanese club as well. Let's see if anyone at home got all 5 of the professional clubs that Gary Lineker played for. Nagoya Grampus 8, spent 2 years there at the end of his career. Very well done if you got that at home, would have scored you 8 points. Everton only spent one season there, scored 30 goals though, would have scored you 28. Went over to Barcelona, that would have scored you 41. Started in his hometown team of Leicester City, 44. And Tottenham Hotspur right at the top with 56.
Thank you very much, Richard. OK, here is your second question. Emma and Mel, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Liberal Democrats in the coalition cabinet as they could.
Yeah, we're looking for the names of any of the 5 Liberal Democrats in the coalition cabinet as of April 2011, please. That's according to the UK parliamentary website. Any of the 5 Lib Dems in the coalition cabinet.
OK, now then, Leon and Sarah, you get to go first this time.
Yeah. OK, we're going to go with Ming Campbell.
OK, Ming is Campbell, you're saying. Emma and Mel, what are you going to go for?
Danny Alexander.
Danny Alexander. OK, we have Ming Campbell and we have Danny Alexander. Leon and Sarah, Ming Campbell. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Ming Campbell. No. Bad luck. Bad luck. Afraid that's incorrect. Danny Alexander, say Emma and Mel. At this stage, all it has to be is correct. You confident?
Yeah.
Let's see if it is correct. Danny Alexander. Well done. Very, very good low score of 12, but as I said, all it had to be was correct. And it was, which means after 2 questions, you are 1-all. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Emma and Mel. He's the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Danny Alexander. So there's 5 in all. Let's take a look at them. Secretary of State for Scotland, Michael Moore. He's a Lib Dem. Would have scored you 4 points. There's Danny Alexander on 12. Chris Huhne is the Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change. Would have scored you 12. Vince Cable, who is Business Innovation and Skills, would have scored you 33. And the Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, would have scored you 82 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, here is your third question. Whoever wins this question goes through to the final and plays for the jackpot. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Michael Ball West End musicals as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any musical staged in London's West End for which Michael Ball has received an acting credit, please. And that's up to the start of April 2011.
OK, Emma and Mel, you go first this time. OK, Emma and Mel.
OK, not too sure. I think I had 2, but I'm not 100% sure on them. So I think I'm going to have to go Hairspray.
Hairspray. Hairspray. Leon and Sarah, if you need to do any more chatting, you can do it out loud now.
We've got 3 that we're...
3 definites.
Yeah, we think...
Tell us what they are and then pick one.
Aspects of Love, Sunset Boulevard, and we knew Hairspray as well.
But for some reason, there's something in me that thinks he might have been in some of the earlier years of Phantom of the Opera.
I think we should play safe, though.
Really?
Yes. I would say Sunset Boulevard. Yeah?
Well, which was...
Aspects of Love.
Love Changes Everything. What song was...
Yeah. Yeah, that was Aspects of Love.
OK, so Aspects of Love, I guess.
Yeah?
Aspects of Love.
Aspects of Love, you are going to say. Aspects of Love. We have Hairspray, we have Aspects of Love. Emma and Mel say Hairspray. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Hairspray. It's right. Oh, look at that. 35 for Hairspray. Leon and Sarah are going for Aspects of Love. Very best of luck. This will decide who goes through to the final. Aspects of Love. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Aspects of Love. It is right. Yep, you've done it. Very well done. 6. 6 beats 35, which means after 3 questions, Leon and Sarah are through to the final. 2-1. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Leon and Sarah. It was a close run thing, though. If you'd said Sunset Boulevard, you'd have scored 100. So he wasn't in it. If you'd said Phantom of the Opera, you're exactly right. He did play Raoul in that, but would have scored you 42 points. Both of those answers would have seen you out. So Aspects of Love, perfect one to give. Let's take a look at all the answers here. There's a couple of pointless ones. It was in Stephen Sondheim's Passion and Kismet. Both of those would have been pointless. Well done if you said either of those. He was Caractacus Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Would have scored 1. The Woman in White would have scored 2. Aspects of Love, there you go, on 6. Les Miserables, he was in 16. Hairspray, he dragged up as Edna Turnblatt in that, 35 points. And Phantom of the Opera, actually the biggest answer on the board, 42.
Thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, Emma and Mel. Well, your consistency has been admirable, I have to say. You've come through to the head-to-head in both pointlesses you've appeared on. 3 correct answers. Absolutely faultless gameplay. Sadly, at the last minute, you were just beaten. But I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye. Thanks very much for playing. Great contestants, Emma and Mel. Brilliant.
Thank you.
But for Leon and Sarah, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £1,500. Well, congratulations, Leon and Sarah. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £1,500. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. We've had 2 pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one more now to go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category, and you can choose from these 3 options, and they are crime novels, cricket, European actors.
Cricket's a definite no, I would say. Well, I don't know anything about cricket.
But we don't, short of Bond or Sherlock Holmes, we don't really know much about crime novels.
I don't know. I think possibly we should go with European actors because we probably
But they could be
know
anything.
a bit more about films than we do about anything else.
But they could be French art films, they could be Italian.
Yeah, they could be, but you never know.
Okay, European actors.
OK, European actors.
We're joyed, can't you tell?
Subject about which you confess you know nothing. Very best of luck. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Antonio Banderas films as they could. Antonio Banderas. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any film made for cinema release for which Antonio Banderas has received an acting credit. That's up to May 2011. We won't accept short films, TV films, anything like that, but voice performances do count. And where he's done foreign language films, we'll either take the original title or the English title. Very best of luck.
You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £1,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
We could go for any of the Shrek films. So I would say we should. Oh, yeah, we could go for Puss in Boots because that's a fairly new release, isn't it?
It's not out yet though, but yeah.
So why don't we go for Shrek the Third?
Maybe. You've got Mask of Zorro.
Yeah. And the second, was he in the second one?
Yeah, Return of Zorro, I don't know. I don't know the title. There was the one, he was a gunslinger, Mexico. I can't think of the title.
Know.
Any other, wasn't he, there were some comedies he's been in as well. Has he been with Catherine Zeta-Jones in more than just the Zorro films?
I don't know.
Time's running out. Has he been in any other animation films?
Not that I can think of. I can't think of any more.
5 seconds remain.
We go with Shrek the Third. Go with
Mask of Zorro.
Mask of Zorro.
OK, there is your minute gone. Well, that wasn't long, was it? OK, we were looking for Antonio Banderas films. I now need your 3 answers.
OK, we're definitely going to say Shrek the Third.
Shrek the Third.
The Mask of Zorro.
The Mask of Zorro.
Shrek.
Shrek.
Yes.
Of those 3, which do you think is your most confident shot at the pointless?
Mask of Zorro?
Yeah.
Mask of Zorro, we put last.
Yeah.
Your least likely, Shrek.
Shrek,
I think is
yeah.
what you were saying. OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they are. Shrek, Shrek the Third, and The Mask of Zorro. OK. Let's put your first one to the test. You said this was your least confident answer. Remember, you only have to find one pointless to win that £1,500. Let's see if Shrek is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Shrek. This is your first shot at that £1,500 jackpot.
Ooh. He came in the second one.
Ah,
yes.
not in Shrek, evidently.
Very good.
Not a pointless answer, which means you only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. What would you do with £1,500?
Probably buy our son a little playhouse because he loves playing out in the garden.
Very good.
And have a nice holiday. We've held back from a decent holiday for a couple of years,
Yeah.
so that'd be nice.
That
Maybe
would
to
be great.
Ireland.
Go
to go and try
Ireland.
some
of that bread.
Irish bread.
A bit of barmbrack. Oh, a barmbrack holiday. Oh, come on, you've got to win in that case. Come on. Right, we are looking for Antonio Banderas films. Let's hope nobody said your next answer. This has to be right and it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £1,500. Shrek the Third. Fingers crossed. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Shrek the Third. Good luck. It's right. That was the first thing it had to be. The second thing it has to be is pointless. If this goes all the way down to 0, you are leaving here with £1,500. Getting very exciting. Down it goes, 21. So not a pointless answer, which means you only have one final shot at the jackpot. Everything is now hanging on the Mask of Zorro. We're looking for Antonio Banderas films. This, you said, was your most confident answer. Let's hope it's right. Let's hope it's pointless. This for the jackpot of £1,500, The Mask of Zorro. Is it right? How many people said it? Good luck. It is right. This for £1,500. Down it goes. If this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here with that money. 21 was... Oh, bad luck. Bad luck. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £1,500, which rolls over onto the next show. But you have been brilliant contestants, and you do, of course, get to take home our pointless trophy, so there is at least that. Richard.
Yeah, well played throughout, guys. Unlucky in that final round. The follow-up to Mask of Zorro was Legend of Zorro, but that would have scored you 4 points. He's in the final 3 Shrek films, so they also scored big points. I think the gunslinging Mexico films you're thinking of, maybe Desperado and Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but both big scorers, actually, both very big scorers. And there's Spy Kids, Evita, Assassins, all of those scored quite high. But let's take a look at some of the pointless ones. I hope you don't know any of them. Ballistic, X versus Sever, which was recently voted on the web the worst film of all time. He was in that. Border Town, that's with Jennifer Lopez. Femme Fatale, another pointless answer. 4 Rooms with Madonna and Tim Roth. He was in that. My Spy with Meg Ryan. Original Sin, that was with Angelina Jolie. Play It to the Bone with Woody Harrelson. Terra Nova, and the recent Woody Allen film, You Will Meet a Tall, Dark Stranger. All of those pointless answers. Very well done if you got any of those.
OK, thank you, Richard. Did you know any of those?
No.
Not a dicky bird, no.
I tell you what, X versus Sever. Now there's a film I'm going straight home to watch. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Leon and Sarah, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Very well done. Nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we will be playing for £2,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.